Seika's interview.
After years of dating, Seika Groves and her boyfriend Dave were starting their life together in Dave's parents' basement.
We went to visit the antique store to pick up something special, something that we thought would be our own. Everybody else had given us things, so we really wanted to get something that we thought was unique and sort of said who we were. When I first saw the washstand, it just stood out because it was a classic, probably about 1870s Victorian washstand. But it was just really unique and really different, and we fell in love with it.
Little did Seika know that the washstand had brought something else along with it into her home, something a lot less welcome.
At first, it was just lights going off and on, or cupboard doors opening. Those kinds of things that you sort of think, maybe somebody left the light on or left the cupboard door open. But then you start to wonder because you're the only one home. But I didn't say anything at the time because I thought maybe they're going to think I was crazy. I just remember going into the kitchen and there was this huge ripping sound. And it just sounded like a huge piece of fabric being torn, but really violently torn. And there was nobody home. I was the only one there.
Other odd things began to happen. One night, Seika had friends over for dinner.
We were sitting at the table in the kitchen, and the coffee maker just shifted out into the middle of the table and then back against the wall. And then it did it a second time, and we all were, just sort of jumped up and was like, oh my God, what's going on? Like, what's happening to us?
Eventually, Seika and Dave married. They moved into a new house and had a baby boy. But this was no home sweet home. Something evil had moved in too. And soon, Seika and Dave were turning on each other.
I am done! We are over!
The marriage over, Seika moved into her own place with her young son. But she took the washstand too. It was a bad decision.
There's a conception that spirits can only attach to a location, where in fact they can attach themselves to a person, a place, or a thing. But to them, it's something important, something that connects them back to the world of the living. If it's an angry spirit, it can just start wreaking havoc throughout the house.
This house was when a lot of activity started, a lot more than what we had had previously.
For example, Seika's son, now 5, had a new playmate that no one could see.
By this time, my son had given him a name. I'd go upstairs and he'd be in his room talking, and I'd be like, who are you talking to? And he'd go, oh, it's Lenny, Mom. Like it was nothing.
Was it just an imaginary friend or something else?
And then he'd go, don't you see him? He's wearing a white shirt and black pants. And I'm like, no, I don't see him. So what I did say to him is, I'm like, don't talk to him. Don't talk to him. Just, if he comes and bothers you, you come and tell me. my son this teddy bear that could tell stories. And you put a little cassette tape in and it would tell stories. And there was a couple of times where the bear just started going off, like talking, and the tape would start to play. It was like the tape would go, and it would go slow, and then it would speed up. And I thought maybe it's being worn, it's breaking. So I just took the batteries out of the bear. And it came on. Even without the batteries in it, the bear came on. I didn't want anything interfering with my child, right? I mean, I'm a mom.
This presence, whatever it was, interfered with Seika too. Turns out, it had something of a jealous streak.
When I started to date again, anytime a new guy would come over to the house, things would start to happen.
Seika Groves had tried to escape the paranormal activity that plagued her by moving to a new house. But she brought her beloved washstand, and trouble moved in right along with her.
Anytime a new guy would come over to the house, things would start to happen.
What the hell?
They would say, something's touching me, something's poking me. There was a point where I felt comfortable with the guy that I was seeing staying over. The first night that he stayed over, it was maybe 4 o'clock in the morning, and I could hear a little toy cell phone that my son had going off in the hallway. And so I got up. I got up out of bed to see if my son was up. And there wasn't anything there. The noise stopped as soon as I opened the bedroom door. And my son was fast asleep in his bed. I headed back to the bedroom, and when I walked into the room, it was dark, but I could see that my boyfriend was just lying stiff in the bed and staring at the ceiling, and he was shaking. And I was like, what's wrong with you?
What's the matter?
And he's like, it's sitting on the bed, it's sitting on the bed, it's sitting on the bed, it's sitting on the bed. And he was petrified.
There's something on the end of the bed.
He was so scared, he got up and he left.
Honey, where are you going?
He just, up and left. It was 4:30 in the morning, and he wouldn't stay.
Where are you going?
Oh, I was mad. I mean, I was angry just because of what had happened, right? And I was really mad. And I was like, why are you doing this? Stop doing this. You're ruining my life. I think that was really the crux of when I felt like I have to do something. My boyfriend's mother had suggested that we bring somebody in that could do feng shui. She sort of said, maybe you have bad energy flow in the house and there's things that they can help you realign the energy. And if there's bad things there, they can, make them leave. And I'm thinking, okay, it sounds crazy enough that it just might work.
This.
The feng shui expert immediately zeroed in on the washstand.
And she says, you're a magnet. You attract them. And I was like, what? No, what are you talking about? I didn't attract any. She says, that's why it's here. It might have come with the furniture, but it's here because of you.
The best way to remove a spirit from a house, when you're dealing with an object, maybe an antique that you have purchased somewhere, it would be a good idea to get rid of that antique, not to give to someone else that you don't like, but to get rid of the object altogether. And that way you're getting rid of the attachment to that object, whether you bury it, some people want to burn it, but just get rid of it altogether. It's just a better way to do it.
Today, what are you going to read to me?
Only then did things get back to normal.
It just has a horse sticking.
My son wasn't seeing him anymore, and things just weren't happening. For me, mentally, it made a big difference.